H1B's beneficiaries working, especially at third-party work sites. If you're an IT company, you're placing the person at an end client site. They want to see that the beneficiary will be engaged in specific, non-speculative work in a specialty occupation for that period of time that you're asking the H1 for. So it cannot be speculative employment. You cannot say that, you know what, I'm going to get the H1 for the person and then I'm going to look for a job for them later. And in the meantime, I'm going to put them on the payroll. But they'll be dormant. They won't be doing any work. Unfortunately, USCIS used to allow that. They're not allowing that anymore. They want to see that you actually have a job for the person in a specialty occupation before you actually start, when you're filing the H1 itself. So in order to prove that, USCIS is asking for contracts to show that the work is not anticipated, and other documents to show that there's a steady workflow, that you have enough work for them, like signed contracts, detailed work assignments, work orders, end user letters, etc., etc. So they are asking for this. They don't need as much detail as they used to. There's been some reform in this area because earlier it used to be much worse, but now anything that you have, just a PO, a purchase order, a letter, and anything to show that you have a job for this person will be sufficient. Now another reason why they would send out an RFE. So then how do you avoid that where it comes to speculative work, availability of work? Make sure with your H1 you're sending out your contracts, your POs, letter from the vendor, letter from the client, whatever you have, to show that you actually have a job. Don't wait to get an RFE and to send out that information. So make sure you send it out, even if it's an email from a client. If you don't have a letter, that's fine as well. So that's how you can avoid. If you don't send that, for sure you will get an RFE, and then they will ask for a bunch of other things, as I just mentioned.